Hi, I know you just saw me a second ago, but you can't get enough of me anyway, so I'm here again, and this time I'm with my beautiful friend Allison.
Hello.
And we're here at Whole Body Massage and Pilates. I always want to make sure I say that right, here in Knoxville. And I'm about to have another Pilates lesson, and last week was my very first time ever, and I thought it was amazing, of course, because Allison's amazing for one thing, but I found out that Pilates is pretty darn cool too. And a lot of the stuff that she was saying throughout my lesson helps me realize that it wasn't just like a physical exercise we were doing, it was like a mind and body connection. And the things that she was saying to me made me think of some essential oils that maybe I could incorporate into my lesson today. So I'm going to have her tell you the wise words of the Pilates instructor, and then just amateur me will step in and just say like why I think the oils are going to help me today to have a different lesson, and then I'll report back later and let you know how it goes. Okay, so here's Allison with her genius remarks.
We'll see how genius it is. So yes, Pilates is a very mind-body connection. So when you start out, you're doing some footwork motions that actually affect the entire body. So the bottom of your foot, so imagine this is your foot, this portion right here, which would be the ball of the foot, there's where a line of fascia starts here, and it opens up the entire body. So it goes all the way from the bottom of your foot all the way up your back and connects actually to your third eye. So that's why Deanna is talking about.
Yeah, so I was thinking when she said that to me, I was like, I have an oil for that, because that's what I always think when people say anything. If they're like, hey, I'm hungry for a cheeseburger, I'm like, oh, I have dill oil and it tastes like a cheeseburger. So that's how my mind works. It's scary. Can you hold that for me?
Yes.
So I have this oil here, which is Passion, and Passion was designed to help support like our root and help us feel grounded. So she's talking about your feet. So I think it would be kind of cool to apply Passion to the bottoms of the feet before I get started. And then she's saying that like basically that muscle like connects all the way here, and this is where it like opens up your mind and your consciousness and your intuition. And I really noticed that I needed to engage my mind when I was doing Pilates. It wasn't just like I could sit there and think about what I was going to make for dinner. I really needed to think about my body and how it connects together and how it all kind of flows together to get the best experience. And so an oil that supports this section of the body here is called Console, and I'm going to apply that today too. And then I'm going to have Allison tell you another part that she told me last week, kind of about the sacral area, which is like the pelvis, and why that's important in Pilates.
Right, so the pelvis, we're looking to stabilize the pelvis. So a lot of us, especially ladies, you end up kind of walking around like this with your booty sticking out. So we work to tuck that tailbone in and really stabilize the pelvis. So if you think about the skeleton, the biggest part on the skeleton is actually the bones of the pelvis. So that's why I think the Motivate would be good to help in this area
and
here.
she's kind of holding that oil, so I'll kind of have her show that to you. So the Motivate is the orange oil, and the orange one is the one that kind of goes in that section of the body. So we're talking about the area kind of like between the tailbone and like below the belly button, that strip all around your body. And so I was just thinking as she was trying to tell me like we need to open up this energy in this part of the body, and I'm like, yeah, I have an oil for that called Motivate. So today we're going to apply Motivate to that area before I get started. So I'm going to apply 3 oils, Passion, Console, and Motivate, before we start our Pilates session. And then I'm going to come back later and report back and see what the difference is in my experience. And I think that I'm going to be really excited to see what happens. And then I'm sure that we'll be back with another installment from Allison, because guess what? Allison's really oily too, which is really cool. So she's really awesome at Pilates, but if you like, let me see. So if you like walk into her studio, she's got a nice doTERRA diffuser and some essential oils sitting around, and we're going to be playing with this bad boy over here. What is this thing called again?
This is called a reformer.
Thank you, a reformer.
Pilates pieces.
Yeah, so I was going to call it a rebounder, but that's different. That's the jumpy thing. That's not this. This is my second lesson, you guys. I'm not an expert. So we are going to hang out for a little bit and learn some stuff and say bye to Allison, but we'll check in with her later. Thanks, Allison, for your time. We appreciate everything you taught us today.